I'm going to have to stop sleeping during this transfer window. I've just literally woke up and there's so many things to discuss and actually cover. I look absolutely exhausted, so sorry about that, but I was literally in bed 20 minutes ago. Danilo has signed. He has joined Manchester City Football Club. Hurrah! Another fullback. And Benjamin Mendy has been doing his whole Be Manchester thing on Instagram. He's been putting pics out on basically the Manchester B, saying he's on his way to LA, which is where he's going to have his medical and sign for Manchester City. So we've basically got two fullbacks definitely coming, and obviously Kolarov left last night. I was watching Dunkirk, a very good film by the way. If you haven't, I'd recommend going and seeing it. I was watching that last night when that news broke that he left Manchester City. So I've not had any time to jump on a video at all, and there's three things I need to discuss about. But I'm going to mainly talk about Danilo, a little bit about Mendy, and the Kolarov video will probably be separate. And there'll be a Mendy one when that probably happens, which is going to be tomorrow by the looks of it. But Danilo, he has signed for Manchester City Football Club, and that means we've got another fullback. We really are fullback FC at the moment. We were signing fullbacks left, right and centre after all our fullbacks have left this summer, and we need it. And Danilo, what does he bring? Well, he brings a lot of scepticism, let's be honest. He's had a very mixed time at Real Madrid. I covered a lot in the previous video, but his time there has been... He came a bit of a boo boy. He came one of those players that was kind of hated on a little bit. Maybe some would say unfairly, but some would say maybe he deserved it a little bit too. Things really came to a head for him a couple of years back when he played against Barcelona, and he had a bit of a stinker, if we're being totally honest, when they lost 4-0, which happens. And after that, it was very hard for him to get his composure back and get the trust back of the Real Madrid faithful, and he just never really settled there. Now, we have to look back at the start of his career to see why did they get him in the first place, and where all this conviction came from them to actually sign him from Porto. Well, he basically started off as a bit of a Brazilian wonder kid. He was a big part of Santos's successful run to the Copa Libertadores, scoring alongside Neymar in the final when they won that. He was hugely highly rated, touted as a potential Dani Alves successor for the Brazilian national team. Porto stepped in, they signed him, and he was excellent there. He's strong, he's powerful, he's incisive, intelligent, attacking from right back, and everyone wanted him basically. Clubs were after him left, right and centre, and he went to Real Madrid. He probably regrets that in hindsight. And I think it's fair to say he didn't really settle in at Real Madrid. He may not settle at Manchester City. That is something to consider. But sometimes a player does need a change of scenery to get the best out of their career. It happens that sometimes a player goes somewhere, doesn't do the best, but then they go somewhere else and get a second lease of life. He remains an intelligent player. He remains a versatile player. He does have good technique. He does attack very well going forward. But there are some questions about his overall game, which is a fair comment. He did say that one of the major reasons he signed, as soon as he heard Pep Guardiola's interest, which is a common theme from players coming to the club, he wanted to sign for Manchester City. I understand that. If you think about Pep Guardiola's legacy, one of them will be how good he is with fullbacks. Look at the likes of Philipp Lahm, Alaba, then the likes of Alves, what he did there. Even Abidal, he turned into a functional defender, into a top-class left-back. And it's what Pep does. Pep knows how to get the best out of attacking fullback. He knows how to teach them to take them to that next level. And as a challenger for Kyle Walker, it's a lot better than Zabaleta and Sane, put it that way. We've got two young, intelligent attacking fullbacks now on the right-hand side, which will give us so much more options. Last season, we were limited tactically. In fact, we had no tactics at all with the fullbacks. They basically just sat back and defended, not even very well, because they couldn't get forward with the pace to overlap anymore because they're all pretty old and pretty past it. And Guardiola knew that, and that's one of the reasons, in my opinion, why he played traditional wingers with Sane on the left, Sterling on the right, using their stronger foot, because they didn't have fullbacks to overlap. Now, I think this season, this will give us a massive opportunity to see a complete change, complete overhaul in how we play with our fullbacks. Danilo, Walker, both can bomb forward. Danilo can actually cut inside as well. That's one thing that he can do. He's got a tendency to drive into the heart of the opposition's defence when he's attacking. So we got all these options to give different attacking methods going forward, which means we can play different kind of wingers in different kind of positions, and that's what Pep probably wants. He wants that versatility, and he wants two players to offer kind of competition on the right hand side, and that's what Danilo will bring to Kyle Walker. Yes, there are some doubts, and that is understandable, but he isn't a bad footballer. Maybe one has lost his way a little bit, but he isn't a bad footballer. Quite literally isn't. So I think we're going to have to be patient on this, and hopefully we'll see the best through Manchester City. And also Mendy, it looks almost definitely that he's coming now. He's been less than cryptic. He's been really plainly obvious, beating it in our face with all the Manchester B stuff, and it looks like we're going to get one of the best defenders in world football, an absolute powerhouse of a left back, and I cannot wait to see him in a Manchester City shirt. I'll do a full video on that tomorrow when when he inevitably signs, in my opinion. And I'll also do a little reaction video for Kolarov later, because I think he deserves his own video given how long he's been at Manchester City. But for now, what do you make of Danilo? You don't have to be excited, but I personally can't. I'm just happy that we're filling these gaps in the squad that we actually need, that we are replacing this full-back system that we have. We are overhauling it, because it's been long overdue now for many years, and I'm just glad to see another player in a full-back position that isn't over 30, that isn't going to be slowing our attack down, that will offer some width out wide, because we need that, we really do. Anyway, guys, thumbs up for my tired, knackered face, genuinely how exhausted. There'll be a Kolarov video later this evening, maybe even Mendy if he signs. Get in the comments below and let me know what you make of this signing. What is our 11 going to look like next season? Subscribe if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification, and I will see you later this evening for another video.